Why did the rich stop building things for the communities? People like Bill Gates think that trying to eradicate malaria is more important than cool buildings. Jeff Bezos donated $200 million to build an education center attached to the National Air and Space Museum. https://aeronspace.c.edu about major projects. Bezos Learning Center. What is giving you the impression that this stopped? The person's name recital hall at the opera. The person's name wing at the hospital. The person's name research institution at the university. The company name scholarship. The community center built with the support of all these people who have a brick with their name on it on a wall. That's all rich people giving their money to these things. If you are asking why every movie actor, platinum record singer, or major league player isn't doing this, I'd simply say that they weren't all doing this in the past either. Also, many of them probably still do, but perhaps don't plaster their name all over it. If you're asking why Elon Musk isn't Andrew Carnegie, the answer is just because he's a tool. But Bill Gates is the Andrew Carnegie of today. Your premise is flawed. 1. Pretty much every famous billionaire has signed the Giving Pledge. https://givingpledge.org. 2. It's the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting right now, and Warren Buffett spent a ton of time talking about the importance of philanthropy. 3. Many donations by non-famous people are anonymous. Only massive donations by famous people draw attention. 4. Most of the money is going to people rather than to buildings. 5. Most things have already been built in the US. No one needs another hospital. The existing things need more money. The olden times rich were just as greedy, but you see so many building because you were looking at hundreds of years of philanthropy that was doled out one drop at a time. The family that owns the NBA team in my hometown spend a ton of money building stuff for the community. Bentonville, Arkansas has a ton of things built by the Waltons, including world-class mountain bike trails and a free $450 million museum. I don't like the guy, but Phil Knight donated money for a science building on the University of Oregon campus, with a phase 2 being constructed right now. https://knightcampus.uoregon.edu. Most of the most generous people give most of their donations anonymously. Not the ones you've heard of course that's the point. They don't want to make it about them. The museum in my city has a donor's name on it now, but it was only added after he died. During his lifetime it was just the city museum, even though he was funding most of it. Here's another example to add to the list. Mackenzie Scott recently donated $20 million to the Jefferson County school system in my hometown of Louisville. I'm not even sure why, but living here my entire life I am grateful. It's so true. In my area there are some local wealthy people that donate to the community and they are not even close to having as much wealth as the richest Americans. A local tow company owner donated $1 million to local schools upon his death and funded local parks. He was well liked and respected for the way he cared about children and low-income families in the area. Many reasons, including different societal feelings and reputation building from helping, no longer incentivized by the tax structure. I'm sure there's others. Estate tax was SETI from 1980 and dropped down. Not only that, but globalization meant they could more easily hide money overseas and access it. It happens all the time. Respectfully, this is an issue of your awareness. Appealing to the people stopped being effective as just giving money to politicians directly for tax breaks. The charitable money is still there. The people willing to go outside and actually socialize with strangers aren't. Blame social media. Bill Gates has donated $279 million to University of Washington and $20 million to our Seattle libraries. Billionaires are human too. Back then the few billionaires were industrial industry giants and felt guilty they made millions on the backs of the poor wretched. So along with their heft profits and legislative influence, they tried to give back to the community in museums, libraries and institutions in their name, of course. That's why major philanthropists are billionaires. I don't know about you, but my city has all of those things still. You gotta be living under a rock if you think the rich has stopped donating. Well, Bill Gates has most of his fortune in a charity he uses to help people all over the world, but he got treated like he was putting crazy chips in people's bodies. If it was me, I would have just given up. Murphy Oil, who supplies fuel to Walmart fuel centers, is based in El Dorado, Arkansas. They set up a fund in 2007 whereby any student that graduates El Dorado High School and has been a student since their 9th grade will have their college and all applicable fees paid for at any accredited college. I can't speak to any other good or evil that they do, but I know quite a few people from the area and they seem to be a well-regarded company.